Time now to take a look at the papers that report the news where you live, all the local papers from around Greater Manchester, and here to go through them with us is Craig Archer from the Tameside Advertiser in his Channel M blue tie. Very nice, Craig. Welcome.
Indeed.
Good to see you. Right, shall we start with some from yours then? What's in the Tameside Advertiser of note this week, mate?
Yeah, the big story this week really is about the hospital, Tameside Hospital. After a number of well-documented problems, it's...
a number?
Yeah,
quite a number.
Yeah, it's reached a new level. The three MPs, including a fourth MP from Glossop, have now called for the senior management at the hospital to actually stand down. This is unprecedented. It's the first time it's happened. It's been taken seriously, and it's going to the Department of Health, we believe. So
this one in the wake of the mix-up in the mortuary, is that the...
And also cleanliness issues as well, aren't there? But just to let you know, there's been no response from the senior management who they're asking to step down, so just to give them a little bit of a right to reply there. So, yeah, I look on that one and wait to see what happens with it, because it's unprecedented, isn't it, for them all to be asked to step down?
Yeah, and particularly for all four MPs to agree on the one issue. The thing that kind of tipped it over was this report from the Care Quality Commission that came out last week to say that they'd discovered, following an inspection, that some of the equipment was dirty in A&E.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can see there's problems.
There's problems.
Is there much reaction in the paper, Craig? Do you get letters from people about the hospital? Because it's in the news a lot, Tameside Hospital. It's mentioned a lot on Channel M News, and it's not always positive. What do your readers say? Do you get letters about it?
I mean, to be fair to the hospital, we get good and bad. I must say that the bad letters probably tip the, probably more bad letters than good, but we do actually get a lot of letters covering a wide range of views.
It's good to know that people still get into... Well, people still get in touch with the local paper. It's good to know that still happens.
Shall we move on to identity cards, which we all know are being tried out in the North West and Greater Manchester. So, how's it going?
Well, it's an odd one, this, because this guy, the story's about this guy called Darren McTaggart, who has an ID card, and he's part of this trial. Anyway, he loses his wallet, so he goes to his local bank and tries to use his ID card as identification to pick up a new card, and they wouldn't accept it.
So what were they saying? What did he need to take?
Well, they've not accepted it as a proper form of ID for him to pick up a new card, because they say it's still in the trial process.
Despite the fact it's issued by the Home Office and backed by the older Meason Saddleworth MP, Phil Wallace, but, you know, the bank is still not prepared to accept that as ID.
Absolutely. It just seems a bit odd that they're trying to push this card nationwide and won't be accepted by the local branch of Santander.
There needs to be some sort of list of where it can be accepted, because the bank are actually saying it's not on our list.
Yeah.
So we can't accept it, which...
Computer says no.
Computer says no, exactly,
says no. Yep, that's it.
So that's that.
That'll get addressed now. Phil Wallace knows about it, I'm sure. He'll get onto that one.
Loving this one.
Outdoor toilets? Is that the one you were drawn to?
Yeah, funny that, isn't it? Yeah.
Tell us about outdoor toilets, Craig.
Fantastic. An old guy in Gofton's kept his outdoor toilets since the 1970s, when everybody else had theirs knocked down. And he's now been told his house is worth more because he's got an outside loo.
Ooh! Well, now, why is that more appealing? Is it just a heritage thing?
Well, apparently, according to this story, outside loos are becoming trendy, say the estate agents, and if you've got an outside loo, then you could get a few quid extra.
Does it have to be a functioning outside loo or just the building? I
don't know.
Does it still have to have the priv in there?
Yeah.
Or is it just somewhere to put your spade?
It's a great story, so this guy's obviously proud of his convenience.
Yeah, his convenience is convenience.
Tremendous story.
Shall we just very quickly talk about these dogs? Dogs don't bark, they tweet.
Dogs
How can
tweet.
that be?
Yeah, brilliant story. Guy in Macclesfield set up this dog sitting business. Not only does he sit down and look after your dog, he tweets messages to tell you what your dog's doing at any specific time. So if your dog's going for a number 2, or if he's having a wander down the road, this guy will let you know.
I'm not entirely sure I want to be tweeted to be told my dog's doing a number 2 particularly.
He actually...
a healthy bowel movement, you need to know that, don't you?
He actually says he'll Twitter things like, you know, oh, Winnie's having a lovely splash in the stream, and Winnie's playing with other dogs and whatever. And going forward, he's going to put a webcam in as well.
So you can actually see your dog. You can log on and see your own dog at the dog sitters.
Yeah, that's fancy.
Alternatively, you could, of course, have your dog at home and walk it yourself.
Yeah.
But it's just
on the couch.
Just an alternative thought. Craig, always nice to see you.
Thank you,
very much
sir.
indeed for that.
Cheers.